Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp of the Limp, and we're jumping back into our next mission. I forgot to take the infantry off. We'll pull these little buggers off from a previous mission where we successfully took out an Italian tank and drove away some Italian infantry. We're going to continue right on. Got my first mission, attack. We took out an M1139. It was a success, and we got a Italian helmet as a trophy. So let's see what we are going to have for this mission. Roll for mission on A1. Get my little charts here. And we are going to be doing a lot of Italians. They're pretty much all Italians here to start with. So I'm hoping to get maybe a defensive mission so I can get the special operation, which is going to be City Barani up here. I'll show you guys if we get it up. Let's roll it. And we got a 4. 4 is going to be another attack. I don't even have to change anything. Another attack mission. All right. I guess we'll leave crap where it is. Let's see. For our attack, we are going to have to figure it out. Actually, let's go ahead and do this since we're on this side. Yep, we are going to have standard infantry like we had last time, which is the middle group. I'll grab a couple of those and throw them out in case we have any infantry. Throw these guys right here just so I remember. All right, now let's see what type we are going to have and what terrain and all that good stuff. So we are still in the June to September. We'll do our 2 roll. We got 10. 10 is 2 infantry. What? No, I want something more. Okay. First infantry. They are here. Second infantry. They are also there. And they're both going to be dug in, which means I can blast these guys in the same place and put rounds on them. Okay. This is going to be a very, very quick mission. We might be able to do a 2 mission thing because all I got to do is take out one of these guys. Let's see. We got to figure out our terrain and our weather. And I hate it because the charts are a little different. All right. Here is weather. Weather is going to be clear. So we'll mark that as clear. And our terrain is going to be also a 10. Sandy terrain. I don't know if that's going to affect us too much, but it may. And you know what? Since it's infantry, if I button, there's really not much they can do to me. So we are going to start this mission buttoned. I know that's going to affect me when I'm trying to hit these little buggers, but that's fine. I can deal with it. And I've got a coaxial machine gun, so I can fire around, so it really doesn't matter. Yeah, we can. Well, the coaxial's there. I think the hull can only fire forwards, and the coaxial is going to have to be turned, so it really doesn't matter. I can turn the tank and have both of them firing on these guys. So we'll do that. I was kind of hoping this would be an assault mission because it would make it to where they I get to start with artillery, but I have not got to show that yet. All right. So let's roll for the infantry. All right, neither one of those guys are targeting me, but they're definitely going to be targeting me now once I start firing on them, but it's not going to matter because they can't do squat to me, and they're dug in, which means they're not going to move. This isn't an assault mission where they would potentially move. Let's see. Yeah, enemy vehicles of trucks will not move. Enemy forces fire first in that. Already checked it. We do have a possible counterattack. I'm guessing infantry do move up. Yeah, I believe in this case, this is just going to be whether or not I can kill the infantry before any potential events happen, maybe reinforcements or things like that. But I'm effectively immune being buttoned up to any small arms fire. So there's nothing they can do. This is just going to be a quick mission. Since they're dug in, I don't think they move. That's the thing. If I was a defense mission, they move up. They wouldn't be dug in. These are dug in. So first action will be for me, because again, I already rolled for them. They're not targeting me yet. I'm going to pivot and do that so I can open fire with my machine guns, the coaxial, and the hull machine gun. All right, so first order is pivoting. Second order will be to unload the machine guns. Give me a couple rolls on the chart against these guys. Let me grab my chart here. We are on the HEMG, and let's see, we are going to have some modifiers that are applied because I am buttoned. And motorcycle wrecked by my house. I am buttoned and they are dug in, so I'm going to get a +1 for that fire button. So +2 total. I don't think the sandy terrain is going to affect it. Nope. So we're just getting a +2. All right. So for the first set of machine guns, oh, that's bad. That's bad. That is 11. That comes out to a 13. So nope. And for the second 7, that's going to be a 9. That is suppressed. So let's throw a suppression onto these guys, which really isn't going to affect anything. All right, so let's roll for our event. 6, no event. Fine with me. They're firing at me, so it's small arms fire, does nothing because I'm buttoned. And now we will repeat fire, but now I do get to subtract the 1, so that takes away the fact that I am buttoned, but they are still dug in. So now it's simply a +1 instead of a +2. So that will help. We'll burn another set of machine gun fire against these guys. Coaxial and hull firing against them. All right. First round of machine gun fire. That might get something. Yes, that is going to get a step loss and a suppression. And since they are already suppressed, that is 2 step loss. So regardless, that will be enough to take out our infantry and finish out our mission. So it was a quick mission. 2 infantry removed, and we'll pull this off. So not a big mission. Not even really something I can count either, because infantry don't really get you any points. They don't get you any medals. All right, let's rip another one real quick, since this one was ungodly quick and really no danger to me. The only potential danger I could have had is if a support gun or a tank was called in for reinforcements, or if they called in artillery strike on me. But we do have to roll to see if there is a counterattack before I reload those guns. There is no counterattack, so we can go right back to it. I flip my stuff over, set my tank back to square, make sure we're good to go. But that does get us another successful mission, which is more towards prestige points and experience points, which is what I am looking to get. So I can hopefully get out of this tank. I want to get to that Matilda as soon as I can. So we're burning through this as quick as possible. Alrighty then, let's roll again and see what we are going to have mission-wise. Alright, our mission is going to be 7, which is move to contact. No, I want defense. I want defense. Give me defense. All right, let's get our weather and our terrain real quick. That is going to be clear. And that should be clear as well. Yeah. Clear and open. All right. Now, enemy quality. Ooh, elite troops. That's not good. That's not good. This could be bad. Where's my elite counters? Oh, these are the elite ones. All right, so set those guys there. We've got elite infantry. And what are we going to be fighting? There's a 7. Ooh, 1 AT gun and 2 infantry. And I don't even think the Italians do have AT guns. Nope, they got 47 mil, so I don't even have to roll for it. They've only got the single. But where is it? All right, so we've got our AT gun here, and we've got 2 infantry. We've got elite Italian infantry, which is kind of a misnomer in and of itself. So at a minimum, we are going to have to take out the AT gun and 1 of the infantry. And the thing is AT guns have a special rule that you cannot target them on the first turn unless they target you, because they're kind of hidden. I think that might be German only, but we're going to go with it just out of principle that I can't target it unless it's shooting at me. At least it's a 47 mil, which doesn't have that great a firepower at a 5, but for me, it doesn't matter anyway, because the 5 blows out all my armor regardless. So the only way I'm going to be able to hit this guy is with machine gun fire. Machine gun fire can take out the AT gun. No good juju. No good juju. All right. Since this is moved to contact, we do have to roll for our 2 infantry to see if they are going to be dug in. Honestly, I hope they're dug in, because that'll keep them pinned. I want them definitely pinned down. All right, so our first one and our second one, they're both going to be dug in, so that is perfectly fine with me. All right, let's roll for their locations. All right, so we'll put our AT gun right there. And for our infantry, that is at 6. And for our second infantry, all right, he's going to be there, and they are both dug in. Now, that means I can just open fire on them. I think machine gun, I am correct there. The machine gun fire should open up on both. I don't think I have to pick a target. I'm just firing at the zone. So it's kind of like firing at it with HE. And this is going to be an issue. If I can take care of them, then I don't have to worry about them. Since all they can do is potentially force me to button, I'm kind of thinking maybe I just come out unbuttoned and don't get the penalty. Let me check my range to see where I'm going to be starting at. All right, it does not state a range that I have to start at, so I could start at close, medium, or long. And I'm thinking, since these infantry are elite and they're dug in, I don't want to go to close range, because close range means they can start firing anti-tank weapons at me. If I stay at medium range, then they can only hit me with small arms fire, which can't really do too much. It can potentially, but not horrible. Move to contact mission does not have them firing first. So this is good. I get to activate first. Now I am thinking, for my own safety, now I go for a move to hold down and then open up with the machine guns into area B, targeting these guys. Hopefully I can maybe suppress the infantry and take out the anti-tank gun. Problem is, though, is once I start firing there, they will start firing at me. All right, so terrain is open. I am not going to get a modifier for that. I do have eye for terrain though, so I will get a +1 for that. So let's see if we got hull down. And we did get hull down. Okay, perfect. Hull down, and now we'll use one more order to open fire with the machine guns, and both of them are pointing in the right direction. So we will open fire with the machine guns at our targets. But yes, this means that they will... I've got no choice. I've got to put rounds downrange. If he pops me, he pops me. But yeah, this means turn 1, these guys are going to be shooting at me. I'm only going to have to roll for him. So I have to damage this this AT gun. Otherwise, this could be very bad. I'm going to get a +1 on the chart for firing at the infantry because they are dug in. Nothing else is going to affect it though. I'm not buttoned, which means that they can do some small arms fired towards me, but that's okay. They can only cause me to button, and only if they hit, which is going to be kind of hard, especially since I'm dug in. They have to roll like a 2 to be able to do that. So yeah, okay. All right, against infantry, come on, go low. 4 plus, okay, 1 step loss press suppression. I will take it. Where's my suppress markers? That is good. That will keep their heads down. Now we're doing against our AT gun, and the AT gun is on a different chart or a different column. Same chart, still here with the machine gun. The infantry are on the far left. Machine guns and AT guns are right here. I can potentially destroy it, but I can at least suppress it. And if I suppress it, it will make it to where it's harder for him to hit me because he would get the suppressed and I would be hull down. So it'd be a +2 on him. All right, for the AT gun, that is going to be 7, which becomes an 8, which means he is suppressed as well. I did not destroy him, but I suppressed him. Got their heads down. Okay, we can deal with that. I still got shots left. Now it's their turn, and this is bad juju. So they are definitely going to start firing at me. These numbnuts just get the +1 for me being dug in, or not dug in, for hull down. And they are going to get +1 plus another 1 for me being hull down. So they're going to have a hard time hitting me because they are going to have to roll a 2 to a 4 to hit me because of being at medium range. Okay, going hull down was a good idea. All right, infantry shot. Yep, that's a miss. That is a miss. AT shot, come on, what? Oh.
Fire!
Just a ricochet. We're okay.
Bullshit, that's a crowd high velocity gun. I can hear it whistling.
Okay, that would have been a hit. That was 1 point outside of a hit. That gave them a 7, and they needed a 2 to 6 to hit, thanks to modifiers. Because he penetrates my armor flat out. If he hits me, it's almost a guarantee over. Like, he'll pop my tank, and I don't want to be popped yet. Like, I'm sweating bullets every time anything with a penetration value fires, because this tank is crap. Okay. All right, got to remember, I got to do an event. Did I miss the event for the previous turn? Oh, well. If I miss the event, I miss the event. And it happens. Let's roll for our event. No, this is our first turn. All right, for the event. Okay. So it took me a second to look it up and figure out what this is. I'm getting a mortar attack, which means they can't hurt me, They can't destroy my tank, but they can cause me to button, and potentially, like on an outside thing, might cause wounds to my guys if they do get the button result. But it's a -1 on the chart, so we're looking here on this column. All right, so we go for it, and even -1, that's a 9. That's a miss. So the mortar missed, but it was close. If it had gotten down lower, would have dinged me. All right, we're back around to my turn, and again, we're going to unload with machine gun fire. Until I get HE rounds, I'm going to be slinging a lot of machine gun rounds downrange because the AP is ineffective against infantry and AT guns. Pretty much anything that doesn't have an armor value, the AP rounds are useless to fire with. And I don't think I've got to fire an AP round yet. No, wait, the first one I did. I think I took out a tank. Okay. That's all right, though. All we got to do is get these infantry and the AT gun. If we can take them out, then that's it. Because again, the match ends with 1 infantry on the board. All right, now here's the problem. They have fired on me, and I have fired on them. So I'm getting a -1, and they are getting a -1. I'm throwing these counters on here to remind myself. That's going to start accounting for things like being buttoned and being suppressed and all this other stuff. So Numbnuts here stands a much better chance to hit me. I really need to get the AT gun. I'm not wholly worried about the infantry firing at me, but if I can get rid of this AT gun, all the better. All right, so firing on the infantry.
Let's light them up. Let's go. Let's clean it up.
And yeah, that got him. That absolutely took them out. So we can take these guys off. They are no longer suppressed because they are dead. Now, our second set, we're putting down on Dummy. And he does not have dug in. I'm getting a -1. I'm not suppressed. I'm not buttoned. So it's simply a -1. So I stand a better chance of killing him now that I am getting the previous target modifier. Come on. No way. All right. That is going to be another suppressed result. And since he's not infantry, I don't believe that makes a difference. I don't think that does anything to him. Crap. Okay. He survives. Not good. No bueno. All right, he gets to fire back now, and this is a problem. This is bad juju. He is getting a +1 instead of a +2, so he stands a better chance of hitting me. He's still suppressed. I'm still hull down, but now the previous target modifier is taking away some of that problem for him. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. And by one. That's the second time he's by 1 missed. That's whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The shells are just winging past the tank right now. We've got some tense fury action going on here. Oh, and I forgot. I got to roll for dummies over here to see if they start targeting me. And they do not start targeting me. I think I might have forgot to do that on the previous turn, but that's all right. Everyone will miss something occasionally. All right, let's roll for our event. And destroy 1 random Axis infantry. This really doesn't matter. That doesn't really matter because I wasn't going to target them anyway, but now they're dead. I don't think I get credit for it, but they're still dead. And that brings us back around to the next turn. And yes, we are going to open fire with our machine guns again. Both machine guns opening up. We're targeting old Dummy here. We have got to get rid of him. And we're close. We just need a low roll to get him. Take out the AT gun. And that will do it. That will do it. That will get him on this. The -1 was enough to kick us over to a destroyed result. So I thought that one was close. The AT gun I was a little worried about. The infantry I got lucky with because they dug in. Both of them dug in. So I did not have to worry about them chasing me down. But that AT gun, pretty much anything right now that has a firepower value is just terrifying to me because of this just low armor damn tank. Even just the regular basic Sherman has enough armor value to withstand it. And let me show you. Down here's our penetration chart. Pretty much everything penetrates me, right? Everything with a firepower value will penetrate me. And you see how from 4 on is a destroyed result versus if your pen is equal to the armor, how a good chunk of that is ineffective or mobilized, and only a little bit of it will get through. So if you have a higher armor value, especially if your armor value is higher than the penetration, very little chance. If you're at least equal to it, it's little chance. But if the penetration is higher than your armor value, there's almost no chance to survival. I just realized I forgot to roll on war trophies for our previous match. So we're going to do this twice. I get to roll on the Italian war trophies. Forgot to do it on the first one. All right. We are rolling here since we're against the Italians. That's an 8. So we got Italian rations. And roll it one more time for this mission. Come on, give me a feathered helmet or something. Something worth a lot. Or gold medal. 6 is another pith helmet. Ugh. I mean, we're building up some war trophies here. That's the second helmet and the first set of rations that I've gotten. But I can keep stacking these up. They're worth points. And it shows you on the back of them how many points that they are worth. So I can trade those in for like prestige value or experience points or something later on. All right. This has gone well. Actually, I'll tell you, I've survived longer than I thought I would. I fully expected to have a destroyed tank by now, but having one mission that was just 2 infantry made it kind of easy. All right, so we had move to contact and 1 AT gun, ATG, and we had 1 infantry that we destroyed. We did not get the credit for the second one because he was taken out by the enemy. All right, so we'll put down, we also got a helmet, my crappy handwriting, and we got rations here. All right, not too bad. We got a little war trophy every time. We've got 3 successful missions. We're starting to build this up. I'm surprised. 3 successful missions in a row. We're due for a refit or a blown tank out from underneath us or something. All right, I'm gonna stop this video here, and I'll tell you what's getting me is I know I gotta clear my table, and there's other stuff I've got to record, and I keep like rationalizing it in my mind. I'm like, well, I can record a couple more missions. I can just do it real quick tonight. You know, it'll be fine. I can start the next game, the next thing I gotta film tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, and I'm like, well, I can film a little bit during the day while the kids are out playing, and tonight or that night I'll start recording something else. And so far I've done that like 2 or 3 days in a row. I've got to get Tank Ace off my table. It's been on my table for a hot minute now, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen any soon, very soon, because I'm going to record another match or 2. You know what? I might just buy a new table. I don't know. I got to figure something out because I don't want to pick this one up. I want to keep playing it. I got to say, it's my favorite of the roll and writes. It's just Tank Ace. There's just something about it. There's something about the choice and the gameplay and the random nature of the enemies. The only thing is I'm still a little sketchy on the infantry. I've got to talk to Greg about that and ask him. I believe I'm right that if they're dug in, they're not going to move. But if they're not dug in, I believe the infantry would move up and try to like get to close range on me. But like, how would that work if the infantry are moving up and they're in close range, right? Then the AT gun would now be at like long range, wouldn't it? Or because the AT gun doesn't get to fire at close range because the AT gun's already at medium range from me. So that's what I've got to ask him just to confirm for myself to make sure I'm right on how I'm playing it. I think I'm right, but I want to double check it. All right, but you guys stay tuned. I will have some more British Tank Ace as soon as I can. Y'all take care. I'll catch you in the next one.